Good morning. This is Mike Johnson with the National Weather Service in San Angelo, Texas, and this is the morning weather briefing for Sunday, March 16th. We'll take a quick look at what happened yesterday, and then we'll move on to your forecast. Well, we had some severe weather across the big country and portions of the heartland yesterday, basically north of a Ballinger to Brownwood line and generally east of Abilene is where the strongest storms were located. We had some large hail reports basically from Abilene along Interstate 20 all the way over into Eastland County. And farther south, the stronger storm was located just north of Coleman and moved across northern Brown County. You can see rainfall amounts, widespread amounts over 1/4 of an inch across this area east of Abilene and north of Coleman, with one area, a little swath from one storm, basically from Lake Coleman across Cross Plains up to Atwell, where we had 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. Unfortunately, if you were south of the Colorado River, you missed out on the heaviest rainfall. Most areas around San Angelo got right around a trace, but we did have about 1/10 of an inch points east toward Eden and then back up toward Lake Ivy. Looking at the forecast today, we've got a cold front going through the area early this morning, and that's going to bring gusty north winds to west central Texas. Temperatures will take quite a hit from what we saw yesterday. We're expecting generally mid-50s to lower 60s, but those north winds will blow at 25 to 30 miles per hour. And we'll even see gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour at times. We do have a wind advisory in effect for the entire forecast area. And what we expect from that basically is gusty winds affecting any high-profile vehicles, especially on east-west roads such as the interstates. And you may see some loose objects blowing around, some of your patio furniture, trampolines. So be wary of that and take precautions to keep that from being an issue. We may also see some blowing dust around the area. With our last front, we had generally 5 to 6 miles of visibility, even with the dust around, but some areas got down to 1 to 2 miles at times. So you'll be careful out there, especially if you're driving past any of the freshly plowed fields, as those are prime areas to see the blowing dust. Looking ahead to tonight, we'll see winds diminish and skies should clear out, and that's going to allow temperatures to radiate pretty well tonight. I do expect lows in the low to mid-30s. We will see a light freeze in some areas. Most areas probably will not see a damaging freeze, but especially the low-lying areas and river valleys may see temperatures briefly drop at or just below freezing, so be wary of that. But for tomorrow, we're going to start the work week out on the right foot. Temperatures look to warm up into the mid-60s to lower 70s. We'll see south winds return, but they'll remain under 10 miles per hour through most of the day. And we'll see a lot of sunshine throughout the day, so it's going to be a very nice Monday. Forecast for the rest of the week remains generally quiet, so we'll take a look at the outlook for the next 8 to 14 days. This is basically the temperature outlook for next week beginning Sunday. And this is the probability of temperatures near normal. And what we see here across much of the northern tier, all the way down into the southern plains and southeastern part of the United States, is a well below normal temperature forecast. We're seeing a pretty good chance of a strong cold front coming in during that period, and that should hold temperatures at or below normal through next week. This is the rainfall forecast for that same period, and again, this is not for the coming week, but this is for the week number 2, and we see rainfall chances look to be above normal for most of Texas, so that's something to keep our fingers crossed for, as much of this week looks to be dry. So we'll have to look forward to what is expected for next week. Hopefully changes are on the horizon for those of us that didn't see any rainfall over the weekend. As always, you can find your updated weather information on our social media feeds. That's at NWS San Angelo on Twitter. For Facebook, just do a search for us.nationalweatherservice.sanangelo.gov. And on YouTube, go to www.youtube.com/NWS San Angelo. And you can find our forecast on our webpage at www.weather.gov/San Angelo.